Greetings, this is Ty Brown with AthleticDirectorU. We're here at the 2022 NAFTA convention here in Las Vegas. Happy to be back together as an organization and as a group to sit down and talk business. Our guest today is Eugene Marshall. Eugene is the athletics director at Hampton University. Greetings, Eugene. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be back. Great to see old friends, and been away for a while, so this is great to have everybody back under one roof.
Back on the road, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's excellent. Your background, right? You're going on your 9th year as athletic director there at Hampton.
Yes.
In the industry for almost 40 years, so significant experience, significant leadership experience. I believe 29 of those 40 years you were an athletic director, right?
Yes, I've been blessed with the opportunity to kind of help to mentor and lead young men and women at a variety of institutions, and it's been a pleasure.
Right, it's been excellent. You think about what you've done since you've been there at Hampton, the things that you've accomplished as the leader, that the school has accomplished, that you've accomplished in the athletics department. You changed conferences twice, which is unique, right? We'll talk a little bit about that. You've added lacrosse and women's triathlon, right? Those were first in HBCUs. And you also have had the highest APR in football in your current conference, which is the Big South, but also in all of HBCU. So those are significant achievements when you talk about leading an athletics department.
Yes, and it's a team effort, but it really starts at the top.
Yeah.
Our president, Dr. Harvey, who is retiring on June 30th, he dreams no small dreams. He's had a vision to move our athletic program to be aligned with our academic program. And he wants our student athletes to be students first.
Right.
And so that's what we've tried to do. And it's really shown in the classroom, and it's shown on the field, with the improved performance of our football team and us winning championships.
Yeah, which is excellent, right? Starts at the top. I want to ask you about specifically, you're going on your 9th year. With that amount of time, you probably had an initial plan, initial strategic vision, accomplished or didn't accomplish those things, then you reevaluate and have another strategic vision, right? So tell me about the things you wanted to accomplish when you first took over at Hampton.
Well, my first strategic plan, this will be the 3rd iteration, but the first one was to work on the academics, to also position us for conference realignment, also try to generate some additional revenue, try to work on facility upgrades, try to keep us competitive, and also try to put fans in the seats.
Yeah.
And then the next phase was to be competitive in the Big South. I think we did a very good job. COVID hurt us because we were out for 2 years, but we were very competitive. And track won 4 championships. Men's basketball made it to the championship game. So this year we were competitive again, but we were out 2 years. So now the 3rd iteration of our strategic plan is to be prepared for the CAA, the Colonial Athletic Association. And not only do well academically, which our student athletes have done with the APR and graduation rates. Our graduation rate sits at about 79%, which is higher than the institution's graduation rate. But that's, again, our president and our provost and chancellor, Dr. Joanne Haysbert, they put an emphasis on student athlete.
Yeah.
And they really help us. Our deans work extremely hard with us to ensure that the student athletes, when they're traveling, that they get all they need. And we have a thing called Classroom on the Road, which takes the classroom to the road.
Right.
And they communicate back. We also have some faculty and staff that travel with our student athletes so that makes that happen. So that was our plan.
Those things are significant because when you talk about athletics being a part of the academic mission of the university, it's words, but when you put it into action, right? When the deans and the faculty and staff, the provost and the president are all on board in trying to make those types of things happen, I believe that you can be very successful in terms of things.
Well, the genius of what goes on, and I go back to our president again, is that I report to the president through the chancellor and provost.
Right.
So athletics is on the academic side of the house. And every 2 weeks, I meet with the deans. I'm on Dean's Council.
Yeah.
So I know what's going on academically throughout the campus, and they know what's going on athletically throughout the campus. And we work as a team. Then every 2 weeks, the alternate weeks, we meet with the academic leadership team with all the different areas that have academic disciplines.
Right.
So we're right in the middle of it. So there is no church and state. Athletics is part of the academic side of the house.
100%. Yep.
So we have to do what we need to do to ensure that our student athletes graduate. And that's what we call building leaders and champions.
Yeah. I think that's significant. Another part of, I guess, that first plan was engaging the alumni and constituency, and I believe there are some aspects of renovating facilities. Right?
Yes. We were able to engage our alumni. One of the things Dr. Harvey did when we left the MEAC to go to the Big South, he reached out and met with the alumni, our booster club, and got their feedback.
Right.
And by upgrading new facilities, I mean, with his help, $25.9 million in renovations in 8 years. It's pretty significant. We have a lot more to do, but I mean, he's done a lot. I mean, we've had softball field redone, we've had the football field redone, we have an extension, South End Zone extension that's about $10.3 million. So I mean, he's really put his money where the mouth is. Now, we're going to look at doing some more stuff as we move to a new conference. But that's the start.
Yeah, that's definitely a start. It's an exciting start, right?
Yes.
See that it's serious, and this athletics being a part of the academic mission. You're talking about coming up with a new plan, right? Conference, competition, got to be competitive in the new conference. And I imagine there are some other aspects of it. Talk to us a little bit about the new iteration of the plan you have for Hampton University.
Well, one of the things that I think is significant is that we move to the CAA. From Maine to the middle of North Carolina is the football footprint, which fits right in with our alumni base.
Okay.
And then if you take the rest of the conference from Boston to almost Myrtle Beach, that fits right in. And we have a lot of alumni in our Northeast region, and they're excited. We're gonna have a lot of activities, alumni relationship activities, which will help us to not only reconnect with our alums and re-engage, but also help us to generate some additional income.
Yeah.
Our football games are now going to be must-see. The CAA is one of the top 3 FCS football conferences in the country. 4 of the top 25 are in that. And plus, we're going to be playing 3 HBCUs. So our brethren from the HBCUs, we're going to be playing them as well. So our fans and our alumni are excited, and they're going to come to the games. So that's going to help us. And I think that they'll see what we're trying to do. Also, our academic success has really shown them a sense of pride. And then the fact that Hampton has always been a leader. When we left the Big South, we were the first to do that. When we went to the CAA, we were the first to do that. And it's anything more than just our president dreams no small dreams, but he doesn't believe in limitations. And I think one of the things that college athletics has done to people of color is tried to put limits on them. We want the MEAC to be successful and prosper, and the SWAC, and the SIAC, and the CIAA. But we also, if Hampton decides to make a move, they can do that. Yeah. And nobody should tell them that they can't.
Right.
And I think over the years, that's been the case. So what I believe in, and Hampton stands for, you have a choice. And you can make a choice whenever you think it's necessary that benefits the university. What I like about the CAA, they have very strong academic institutions. Hampton is a very strong academic institution. They have strong athletic institutions. Yeah. Hampton is a strong athletic institution. And the footprint fits right in the middle of our alumni. It also is going to help us to recruit in that New York, New Jersey, Boston, Connecticut, Philadelphia, South Jersey, Long Island, Delaware, DMV, with the Baltimore, DC, and Virginia. Right. That's our wheelhouse. And then we go out to North Carolina, definitely from the outskirts of North Carolina all the way to Greensboro, and to Charlotte. This is our wheelhouse. So to have games consistently in those areas are going to be great.
I imagine it would be in terms of alumni base, potential donors. One of the parts of the plan, the new plan you told me about offline, was new revenue sources.
Yes.
Right? And obviously, donations and donors will be one of them. But I wonder about the creativity of trying to find revenue sources outside of just donations and that footprint opening up.
Well, you want to engage, and we have done a very good job of engaging our corporate partners. Mm-hmm. You want to get them involved. The fact that when we went to the Big South, that we were on ESPN Plus, that our sponsors could have commercials on ESPN Plus, mm-hmm. and that was seen worldwide. So now we're going to use the same with Flow Sports and CBS Sports. Okay. So now they're going to get to see us more, and it'll be more marketable. And also, if you look at the markets that the schools that we are playing are going to be in, you're looking at Boston, you're looking at Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. So to have games televised and to have sponsorship opportunities in those areas is going to be great for business. Yeah, so it was a business move, mm-hmm. academic, athletic, and also recruiting students and re-engaging and reigniting our alumni.
Which is major. You talk a lot about the president, right? His philosophy, I believe, is dare to dream. He's retiring, right? New president coming on. This president, I believe, is a graduate from when the school was called Hampton Institute, right?
Yes.
Years ago. Military background, decorated veteran. And this new president may come in, and he may be, military. He may be, you guys handle athletics. You're still part of the academic mission, but may not think the same. Obviously, it's not going to think the same as the former president. So tell me about the aspect of preparing for someone new coming on. I'm sure you've probably talked to him a couple of times. But.
Well, I think the biggest thing is he's a Hamptonian.
Yeah.
He loves HU. Mm-hmm. And he's a supporter of athletics. Right. So he's going to want to come in and be versed. Mm-hmm. And his military background, he's going to want intelligence. So I've already prepared some for him. I'm going to prepare some more so that he will be up to speed on the CAA, right. What we're doing. Then he'll look at, has a logistics background, so he wants to know, hey, what are we doing to prepare? Mm-hmm. So I want to go over that with him. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for Hampton University and Pirate Athletics. Dr. Harvey has left a great legacy, mm-hmm. And I think that President-elect Lieutenant General retired Williams is going to come right in. He's going to have his own spin, mm-hmm. but he's going to continue to move the football forward. And my job is to prep him for that opportunity.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. I'll ask you this last question here, then we'll wrap. Specifically about what Dr. Harvey had, this whole dare to dream thing, right? Don't be afraid to go after what you believe you can get, right? And I guess you've done that at Hampton, going to this new conference, which you'll go in. And I imagine you've done that even before you met Dr. Harvey at other AD stops, in terms of dreaming a dream to get where you want to be, but also understanding the work and research and effort it'll take to accomplish that dream. Talk a little bit about that as we wrap this conversation.
Well, when I was at Pratt, mm-hmm. We started a Hudson Valley Men's Athletic Conference. Okay. They had a women's conference, but they didn't have a men's. They started that. I also set the ball rolling for them to become again full-fledged NCAA members. It took some years, mm-hmm. but I set that table. When I went to Staten Island, set the table for them to look at Division II. Mm-hmm. Now, it took many years, but they did. At Ramapo, we rebuilt an athletic program that was 150 games under 500 in all their sports. And in 2 years, they were 75 games over. We went from a 55% graduation rate to a 75 in 7 years. Right. We won championships. We hired full-time coaches, and we set the table for that program to go to national championships. Mm-hmm. They won one in track, but they were in the national championship game in baseball and football, and they played in basketball. Right. So I don't have a problem in getting the right people and setting the vision.
Yep.
We had a lot of success at West Point with Kevin Anderson being the athletic director, me being his deputy. Won a lot of championships, built a lot of programs, set the foundation for football to be where it is today.
Right.
At Iona, we won. We had the best. It's probably better now, but during my time there, we had the best 2-year winning record of sports. So you plan. Dr. Harvey took a endowment of $29 million in 1978 to now over $400 million. He's built a proton center, which is the largest standing cancer treatment center in the world. Hampton did that.
Yeah.
He had 92 academic programs, 28 new buildings. So we work well together because he's a visionary and I have a vision as well when it comes to athletics.
Yeah.
But the thing that I like the most is that it all fit in the academic model.
Yeah.
Because again, athletics is a part of the academic enterprise. It's a multi-million-dollar component of the academic enterprise. It's a business. It's an academic business.
Yeah.
It's more business than sport.
Yeah.
People don't understand that.
Understand that, right? Which is excellent. Dare to dream. Be sure you understand the work it takes to execute that dream and understand that it can be accomplished. This has been an excellent conversation, Eugene. I really appreciate you joining us here on Athletic Director.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That was Eugene Marshall. He is the Director of Athletics at Hampton University, and I am Ty Brown with AthleticDirectorU. And keep in mind, the role of a leader is to create and maintain an environment that people want to be a part of. And as always, be better tomorrow than you are today.